The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's like the knees, right? My knees are kind of trash, but when I work out and stretch and warm them up, it's not bad. And I've talked to doctor, and the doctor like, yeah, eventually we're going to do a knee replacement, but you don't need it now.
Knee replacement? What's going on with your knees?
Arthritis, just...
You don't have to do a knee replacement. Stem cells.
Stem cells, which is something I may do.
My mom did it.
I know. I've heard you talk about it. And
Dude.
that might be the way. As a matter of fact, I have a friend, and she's around 80. And she said, that's what they did for her knee. They did stem cells. My mom had her knees replaced before she passed away. And she said, that's one of the things you inherited from us, bad knees. It's like in the family. I was like, thank you. But she also made me funny, so I couldn't really be mad at her. She had great sense. I was like, all right, I'll take the funny and the bad knees.
The bad knees are workable.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, CBD, first of all, is going to help that because it reduces all the symptoms of arthritis. Like Dave Foley, his hands were fucked up. He had like some severe arthritis in his hands. CBD completely cured it. He couldn't straighten his hands out. His hands were always at like a slight bend. And now he's got a full range of motion in his hands. He's blown away by it.
Yeah. My knee problem is impact.
Football
just
or
basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah. So your
meniscus and all that stuff's all trashed. Yeah.
So even now, like I can do most, like I can't jump, I can run, I can do something. I did this CrossFit. I tried CrossFit and my knee swelled up and I went to my doctor and he's like, what the hell is wrong? You jumping up on boxes? my doctor's diagnosis for 90% of my problems, you're old. Don't do that.
You got to go to a different doctor, man. You can fix a lot of those problems with stem cells. A lot of those problems. Yeah, it regenerates tissue, reduces inflammation. It does a lot of amazing stuff.
Now, and I haven't researched this at all. I mean, I've heard stuff. My stem cell knowledge is about equal to my climate change.
Well, mine is slightly better,
right?
Because I've actually had a bunch done on me.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you about. So I know when you talked about it early on, you went overseas, right? You left
No,
you did get it done here. So that was my question because I've heard people talking about going to
Panama,
Asia, etc.
Dr. Reardon, I don't think you want to go to Asia. I don't know what they're doing over there. but Dr. Reardon, who's the guy who treated Mel Gibson and Mel Gibson's dad, he actually treated my mom. Mm-hmm. My mom was in risk of a knee replacement. She's in pretty bad pain. And the doctor's like, you got to get a knee replacement. I'm like, okay. Maybe you have to get a knee replacement. I go, but before you do that, let's send you to Panama, and they'll do this full 3-day stem cell procedure. They use IV stem cells. They blast the area over 3 different days. They hit it with stem cells. Mm-hmm. And, my mom is 73, so it was a while before it worked. She, for the first 4 months, she was a little discouraged. She I don't feel anything different. I don't know if this is working. And then somewhere around 5-6 months, she started feeling a lack of pain. Mm-hmm. And the pain just stopped being like a part of her daily life. Right. And then now she could walk and it's not bothering her. She goes, I'm walking with no pain. I can walk up hills with no pain. And she goes, I want to do it again. So I was like, fuck it, let's send you down again. So she's headed down again to get more of it. But
you did it here.
Yeah, I did it here. I think
now is there a difference?
Yes, they can go ham in Panama. Mm-hmm. They go ham. I mean, they just fucking fill you up. They just bring a fucking bucket of stem cells, big ass needle, and bang. They don't have the same regulations that they do in America, so they can get away with a lot of different stuff. And Dr. Reardon, who is one of the pioneers of this, and he's written multiple papers, and he has scientific journals all about the benefits of stem cells, and it's particularly effective on people with neurological conditions, people with neurodegenerative diseases of the like. And he's written extensively about all that stuff. But when he came on, I mean, he blew me away. And I had already had some success with stem cells in America where, like, I had a full-length rotator cuff tear in my shoulder.
Right.
And they injected it with exosomes, which is like the most advanced form of stem cells. The way they used to think is stem cells, they felt like when you put stem cells into an injury, that the stem cells were reproliferating this area with new tissue. But now they think that the stem cells, and I'm sure I'm butchering this if you're a scientist, now I think they think that the stem cells are releasing exosomes, and that the exosomes are actually what does it. So now they just go straight to exosomes, and then they inject exosomes into these particular areas. Now they have another product called Wharton's Jelly that's even more potent that I just got shot into me.
Yeah.
Anytime I get injured, man, I just fucking head on down. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's the purpose of having money if I'm not fucking shooting myself up with all
There you
these
go.
juicy stem cells?
There you go.
But it works,
I don't
man.
know if I got stem cell cash. I probably do.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. It's
okay.
not that
So
bad.
it's not that.
Yeah. You're a successful.
No, I
headline
do.
comedian with
Listen.
a fucking Amazon special.
No, I do.
You're Alonzo Bodden.
Listen, I do all right.
You do
I
fine.
tell people I do all right. I don't make as much as they think, but I do all right. You know what I mean?